Alright, so all these people keep telling me what I need to do. I need to call this place in order to have them call that place, to call this place, to call that place. It's been over a year since I've had these bullshit warrants over my head. I've called the places I'm supposed to call to have them fax the information that I was in jail to these other places. And in over a year, they have not returned a single call. So my warrants still stand here in Nebraska and in Colorado. You tell me how it works. It doesn't work. And there's people who promise to help me, like Shannon Alvarado, who did not keep her word. People like Rihanna Ingersoll, who did not keep her word. They're not the only people who didn't keep their word. See, here's the thing. People keep telling me what to do, but they're not doing anything about it. They're just talking. If you're gonna talk to the public instead of telling me what I should be doing. Maybe you speak to the public. Shannon Alvarado, Kayla Trujillo. We are not enemies by my choice. We're enemies by yours. I don't pray to God, but I do still pray. Same prayers I always did. With the exception of thank you. I no longer say thank you. My first prayer is always for my enemies. I pray that they not be my enemies. If you're my enemy, this is your decision, not mine. That goes for all of you. It goes for Alicia Bollinger. That goes for Ted Bollinger. See, there's this thing called professing by mouth that is a cornerstone of the Christian religion. If you do someone wrong, you need to profess by mouth. Now. Not 30 years from now because you're selfish and want to get into heaven and you hope that by professing by mouth right before you die that you'll be allowed into heaven. No, you allowed human suffering for a long time because you did not come forward, because you did not profess by mouth. Sean, you blame everything on everyone else. Truly. Do you really believe that? Maybe you should look at the fact that I've admitted to every sin I've ever committed and every law that I've ever broken. My videos are full of them. Me, Sean Schwartz, this terrible monster, admitting everything that I've ever done wrong. Because I'm not a coward. So, when is Alicia, this supposed Christian, and Jennifer Farina Bollinger, this supposed Christian, and Rose M. Kelly, this supposed Christian, and Danica Garner, this supposed Christian, and Rochelle Shelley Campbell, this supposed Christian, when are they going to profess by mouth? When they're 80 years old. because they want to get into heaven. They'll say it right before they die. Well, see, here's the problem with doing it then, is that you could do the right thing now. If you do that right before your death, you're just being selfish. You're not doing it because it's the right thing to do. You're doing it because you want to get into heaven before you die. Don't worry about it. My mother is the exact same kind of coward. So is my little sister and my little brother and my older brother and Brenda Dickinson. Cowards. That's the word. Now, I have been sent multiple numbers for the places that I'm supposed to call in Colorado to have them fax the information that shows that I was incarcerated and therefore could not fail to appear. This is something my lawyer was supposed to do while I was incarcerated. Her name is Pamela Carty. She had lots of excuses for not doing her job. One of those excuses I've heard from every single public pretender that I've had. Their caseloads are just too big. They can't do the right thing and see that justice is done because their caseload is just too big. They don't have time to actually do their jobs, but they have plenty of time to play head games with their clients. Head games that are designed to make it so they don't have to do their jobs. They don't protect the people that they're supposed to be defending. They don't defend them at all. They defend an institution that is broken, the injustice system, where the laws only work one way, where the rules only work one way, where jurisdiction only works one way, where incarceration only works one way, and where right and wrong is decided by money. If you're rich enough, you can rape as many people as you want. We had a man who was recently killed in prison. I'm sure most of you are familiar. He had some information that he was going to speak out about, or potentially could have. Information that shows that many of his friends, like, well, at least 3 presidents, may have been involved in sex trafficking. Meanwhile, I'm not dead. I want to be dead, but I'm not. And I keep speaking out about all these people. If there were a decent person on this planet who cared enough to do something, they'd have picked up my case and taken a look at the evidence that I have. But they're not going to do that. Because they're as fake as you are. You only pretend to care. You only pretend to believe in your Jesus, your Rambo Jesus. You're disgusting people. May you roast in hell.